Hi guys, what's up? Today I am here in Austin, Texas to bring you a video after a really long hiatus. I'm sorry I was gone for so long. I had internet problems, and moving to Texas, that was a big one. Getting a setup was another big one. But now I have a new corner. It's got some pictures on it and some books and things that are cool. So today I am going to be doing a review of Attachments by Rowell, which I actually finished a while ago, but haven't gotten a chance to film a review for until now. So we're going to do this today. Attachments is one of Rowell's adult contemporary fiction books. So if you're interested in reading it, just know that it is not young adult, it is adult, and there are some adult themes in it. So prepare yourself for that. This book focuses on the lives of Lincoln, Jennifer, and Beth, who are the three main characters. And Lincoln basically has the entire story told from his point of view, and then Beth and Jennifer we hear from through email correspondence throughout the book, which is really frequent at the beginning, and then as it gets farther into the book, kind of gets more sporadic and not as reliable, whereas in the beginning it's almost every other chapter. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and I will also be posting a review for this on my blog, so if you are interested in seeing a written format of this review, go ahead and check out the link down in the description box below, and that will take you right to that if you are a person who responds better to written things rather than verbal things. So check that out. So I will say that this was probably my favorite I will say that this was probably my favorite Rowell book I have read thus far. I've also read Eleanor and Park and Fangirl. I have not read Landline, so still got one to go. But yeah, this one was definitely my favorite thus far. I really enjoyed the character development, the plot that she had going through, and some of the twists and turns that she takes in the story because they were magnificent. And I got really attached to these characters, which honestly I think is something that's happened in every Rowell book that I've ever read. So if you like getting attached to characters and having them be part of your mental life web thing, read Rowell. She's really good at that stuff. Also, there will be spoilers in this video, so if you haven't read the book yet, you should probably do that before you watch this video. Unless you like being spoiled, in which case I'm really sorry. It's kind of sad. It takes all the fun out of everything. So now we can get into the details of the book. So one of the first things that I really enjoyed about this book was the character development that she does, which again is something I think Rowell does really well in her books. I really enjoyed the fact that when we first see Lincoln and Beth and Jennifer, they're all very kind of set in their ways. Like Beth and Jennifer are both like, I am with this person and it means that I need to do this. And when something happens in Jennifer's life, like thinking she might be pregnant, all of her set things in her life kind of start going haywire, which is the point in time when Lincoln kind of pops into the picture by reading their emails, which is something he does for his job, so it shouldn't sound as creepy as it actually is. Lincoln is very set in the fact that he doesn't really know what he wants to do with his adult life. He's kind of just free-floating about places because he went to college and got his master's and is still taking classes and is doing a whole bunch of college stuff because he's trying really hard to avoid having to figure out what he wants to do with his life because he doesn't have a girlfriend anymore. And that just scared the crap out of me. He doesn't have a girlfriend anymore, and there's all this other stuff going on in his life, so he decides to start working for the newspaper where he can do computery things for them, which is kind of cool actually. And Beth is just kind of free-floating for most of this actually. She has some issues, but compared to Jennifer and Lincoln, who have most of the really intense character development, Beth kind of just slides pretty gradually right on into hers, which I thought was really cool to give kind of some contrast to like Jennifer, who like everything that she thought she knew about her life and wanted just kind of exploded in her face. The other thing I really enjoyed about this book is that the characters are so likable. Like Lincoln is someone who I have friends like Lincoln in real life. So when I started reading about Lincoln, who is nerdy and geeky and does computer things and plays D&D on the weekends and isn't super great with girls and doesn't really know how to flirt, but really likes this one girl in his past, and just all of these things that make him cute and lovable and adorable, just I wanted to give him a hug because I know people like him and they're some of my best friends. And that just made me get even more attached to Lincoln, which made me dive even deeper into the book, which made this book even better. So that was phenomenal. Even though there are only 3 main characters, I think all of the characters who are represented in this book have a really big role in the events that take place, which I think is cool because it kind of highlights the fact that even the smallest people in our lives, not small, but like the people who feel like they might not have the biggest impact, like little things in our lives have the hugest impact on who we become as a person and how it shapes like our views and things. So I thought it was really cool that she incorporated that. So even the minor players in this book have a huge impact on the decisions and the mentality of the other characters in this book. The other thing I really enjoyed about this book was the fact that, and Rainbow Rowell does this consistently in all of her books, the plot dealt with some really intense emotional stuff, but you didn't really realize that you were dealing with the intense emotional stuff until you were like halfway through it, and then you were like, oh my god. You've grown so attached to the characters by the point that the emotional stuff hits that you just want to read it anyways because you want to know their life. And that sounds creepy, but I don't really care because that's how I read. I really enjoyed this book. I think it was really well written, and I honestly, and this doesn't happen frequently, honestly, I didn't have any problems with this book. I really enjoyed it. I love the writing style. I love the characters. I love the fact that you see enormous growth for all of the characters in this book, not just Lincoln, Beth, and Jennifer. Lincoln's friends show a ton of growth, Lincoln's mom, Lincoln's sister. Beth's boyfriend doesn't show a ton of growth, but he tries. Jennifer and her husband, it's everywhere, and it's just intense and amazing, and really highlights the fact that just people change and stuff happens, and it was just so good. I can't even coherently put into thoughts what I thought about this book. Hopefully I will have a more coherent written format for you guys to check out, so if this video made literally no sense to you, it's down in the description box below. Just go read that one. Hopefully it'll make more sense for you. If you guys have read Attachments or any other Rainbow Rowell books, let me know down in the comments below what you thought of them, which one was your favorite. If you've read Attachments, let me know what you thought of it, because I'd love to hear other people's opinions of it. Otherwise, until next time, guys, bye! Yes.